So I've been in the charity shops, haven't I? Look at the sparkle. Oh my god. And obviously that one as well. I really like that one. Strangely enough, we've got like a nice tartan fabric. These are all clothes, by the way. I'll explain. I've got a gold dress, this absolutely stunning sparkly top, and a sparkly dress. A couple of years back, I kind of really wanted to go down the route with my business of using reclaimed fabric for my scrunchies. I did dabble with it a little bit. I think I picked the wrong fabrics. I wasn't really happy, and then I went back to just using shop bought fabric. That temptation for charity shops has like always been there. I love going through charity shops. I love seeing all the different fabrics. I've just remembered I've got 2 dresses that I wanted to use for Christmas as well. The possibilities are endless. But yeah, so I want to have another go at using reclaimed fabric to make any of my scrunchies, my hair bows, and anything else that I can whip up on my sewing machine. Like, who knows? Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, scrunchies and hair bows. This kind of fabric with all the sparkles, this is no good for scrunchies. I've tried this before. When you put it in your hair, it just rips your hair out. I feel like this is going to look amazing for a hair bow. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to look really nice. Anyways, I'm going off track. So that's the plan. I don't know which fabric I'm going to start with. I might actually start with this one because I feel like the sequins are going to be a little bit hard to sew through. And it's very messy. This lush skirt, you'll see on my reels and stuff like that, more like in depth of the items that I've got. Shall we chop up some fabric? Excuse me being in my onesie, it's really cold here and it's like 10 o'clock at night as well, so I'm ready for bed. I never get time really to record and do much of my business stuff during the day, so I have to do it on a night time. And the pajamas are essential. But I've got this. I've got this crushed velvet blanket. I think it's more of like a throw because it's crushed velvet on one side and then it's got like a linen fabric on the other. I think it would feel uncomfortable as a blanket, so I think it's more of a throw. But anyways, and I want to make a giant bow out of it. I've just got a lovely big bag of wadding because I want the bow to be like a little bit chunky. I feel like from when I've looked online, the ones that don't really have much wadding in them or none at all, they're quite floppy, where I want it to be a little bit floppy but also with a bit of structure and shape. And I just need to basically cut this out and make a nice chunky bow. I've just been trying to sew wadding with fabric for the first time, and I've never used wadding before, and I was using a regular sewing foot, and what a nightmare. The actual foot on the bottom of the sewing machine was just getting sucked into the wadding. It was disappearing into snow. I have a walking foot. I think this is a universal walking foot that I got for my old sewing machine, and I just don't use that anymore. I'm actually giving it to my friend. But I'm not going to give her the walking foot because I'm going to try it on my sewing machine. I think the Singer walking foots are about like £35 or something. So I want to see if this one works on mine. I've got my little screwdriver. I cannot remember how to do this, but I've had a quick look on YouTube. I need to take off a screw. Oh, it's coming off. Got it off. Do I take the screw off? Or do you just loosen it? So it's like, oh, you are meant to, I'm sure that clips on there. I'd be so wrong. I really hope this works because I don't know any other way to sew wadding, and I really want to make a big bow. Okay, we're in position. You should not be threaded that little. Right, okay. How fabulous. I absolutely love it. The bow measures widthways, it is 80 centimeters wide, and in length it measures 100 centimeters, so it's actually quite big. It's a lot bigger than I expected. The tails were meant to be shorter, but I quite like the long look, and at the moment the fashion for bows and stuff is to have like the long tail. So yeah, and I decided to do the wadding not just in here, but I also done it on the tails as well. There's not as much wadding in these as there is this part, but now that that's done, this was out of one of the dresses, and we've got me helper Sally here. She's wearing another bow. I still need to take some more pictures of this bow and get it on my Etsy shop. This one's on my Etsy shop. I've got 2 more dresses that I need to chop up, and then I can move on to my next fabric stash and see what I can make from there. The bows are eventually finished. I'm recording this, I can't even think how long ago it was when I started making these. I've been wanting to get back into my YouTube stuff, but with working kids and stuff like that, it's just been really hard to like be consistent with it. The bows are done, and I made one scrunchie. I've got this one, nightmare fabric. Fabric on this bow was an absolute nightmare to work with, basically. It's a stretchy fabric. It was really slippery. Me sewing machine and me were having like a really tough time. You know, we fell out a little bit. It wasn't enjoyable, let's just say that. And making the mini scrunchie as well, the small scrunchie, that was like an absolute nightmare as well. But I did it. I was struggling to get my label to be nice and straight, and it just, even though I tried changing my needle, I think I used like a ballpoint needle. It was just being a pain. I think I need to get some new needles actually. I probably need some new ones as well, like brand new needles. But yeah. But this one, with the fabric being so thin, and I didn't want it to be too floppy because I kind of like them to have just like a little bit of structure. I basically used the lining fabric off a different dress that I had cut up. I think it was from this dress. So I used the lining fabric from this dress, and there's basically 2 layers of fabric to this bow just to give it like a little bit of structure. It still is a bit more of a floppy one, but not that bad really. So yeah, I don't think I'll be making more using this fabric anytime soon, unless I get some new needles and try again. But yeah, so there's them. And then also, it wasn't just that fabric that was a nightmare. This fabric, it's stunning. This bow was made from a River Island top. It was like a sequin top. Again, this top had lining fabric in it, so I've cut the lining fabric out and put it to one side in case I want to double it up on another bow. But yeah, I broke a needle trying to sew this bow together. It was just a nightmare, let's just say that. I have a bow in my hair which I made from a dress like a year or 2 ago, so you can kind of see the size. So that's the size of them, and I just love it, you know, it's just lush. Love it. So that, and I can't remember when I was making this video if I had used this fabric, but here's another one. So this one's like a velvety kind of fabric, a lot easier to work with. My sewing machine didn't mind the sequins on this one. I've actually sewed one of these already, so this is the second one that I've made using this fabric, and I could probably make another two, maybe three. Two, I would say I could probably make another two balls of this, so if it sells out, I'll just pop it back on my shop. I won't be making scrunchies with this fabric or this one, because years ago I did try and I made some sequin scrunchies, and it was like torture. They were the most awful things ever to pull out of your hair. They looked so pretty when they were in your hair and you felt all fabulous and, being all sparkly. But when it come to take them out, it wasn't nice. Like, I don't recommend it at all. So yeah, I won't be making scrunchies out of the sequin fabric. But yeah, bows are finally made, and my big bow that I made has finally sold. I might make another one. I might do that in next week's video, because I've got loads of fabric over there which I keep looking at. I've got like some pieces that I've bought from Vinted, and I really want to show you them. So they're really nice, and they could be used for like Christmas or Christmas. They could be used for New Year or Valentine's Day, which, it's like not even Christmas yet. It's just under 2 weeks till Christmas, but a lot of people are now talking about Valentine's Day already. So I think in the craft world, in business world, when you're making stuff, Christmas has been and gone, New Year's been and gone, even though it hasn't. And everyone's moving on to basically Valentine's Day and Easter, which is really sad, and I hate it, but it's just the way it goes, isn't it? But yeah. I'm going to end this video here. I'm trying to keep them quite short at the moment, until I get kind of back on track with recording and stuff like that. And yeah, I will see you in my next one.